We should be live. Give me a second there. Fucking hell. What the hell happened there? Right, that's it. We're live. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the weekly session itself. So, session's in place. Just turn off your phones and I'm not messing. What's going on? What's going on, man? It's been a crazy ass week, to be honest, as well. Really freaking crazy week. Crazy week last week, actually, to be honest. We'll run it by quickly in terms of last week as well. We'll, do the whole outlook itself like that. Crazy last week, yesterday as well, with the dump from 25k going down all the way to, was it like what, 20k, 20.7 or 20.5 ish, whatever it was. So, and literally quite quickly today in one day we've taken liquidity out left, right, and center. So it's been a bit of a mad one. 25? Well, sorry, that's not wrong. It was at 24, so it's 23.9 there. So it's, it's going well. It's going well. So let's just get cracking as well. Hope you guys doing well. Smash the likes, hit the subscribe button. We'll get cracking as always. You know how the business works. Get the dollar index out first, and then after that we'll go into ES. I want to look at gold as well. Gold was actually a key thing. I was telling the guys in DCC, they were talking about CPI, this and that and whatnot. And I was like, look, right, I think that the marker that's actually telling me what's really going on in the market itself to read ahead of the time was gold. Gold was the key thing. Gold actually told us about prior to the Fed announcement last week on Tuesday. Gold was dumping. Gold was breaking market structure on the downside. It was going down, and then obviously dollar index rallied away. Bitcoin started pushing down. Actually, so nuking down. Ethereum nuked down, and the whole lot tanked quite a bit. But then, like quite clearly, we've actually seen bullish. I'm on a long on gold as well. I've taken some profits off the board, but I'm in a very decent long. So we'll talk about that as well. So. So shout out to all you guys there. Let's get cracking there. So who do we have here? We got Bitcoin Buzz. What's going on, brother? Paul Sinclair, good to have you here. Evening to you too. Nando, what's up? Michael Caffrey, good to have you here, bro. C-Ron, my man. Shout out to C-Ron. I met the geezer about 2-3 weeks ago. Top lad as well. We had a night out as well, man. When Shisha and whatnot. Sick guy as well. We got partial daily. Joe Crater, good to have you here. It's been a while, brother. Nando got 11R on BTC in the last 24 hours. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah for you as well. That's really good. Congratulations to you, my bro. 2 shares in here. Yeah, bro. Great call today, dude. You know what? It was pinpoint. It was one of those ones. You know when you see the market doing its thing, and I was telling you guys I'm leaning bullish, and I referred it back to gold itself. I explained gold quite in depth and what I was looking for and what it was showing. And I was like, just take the trade. And it was one of those ones. It was a bit aggressive than usual itself, but it was showing bullish market structure and whatnot, and it went well. So can't complain there. C-Ron, have you got a link to the DCC? Yes, yeah. So if you, I'll plug myself in actually. I don't really plug myself in, but fuck it, let's do it. First time for everything. Let's go profile. Let's change the scene. So if you head to my profile, go to founder of Daink Country Club, click on that, and all the information to join the DCC is right here in the pinned tweet. So you can pay by crypto, you can pay by card, whichever you prefer. It's entirely up to you guys. Okay. Well, it's about $100. $100 a thingy a month itself. So yeah, check it out. You've seen how I do. Go through my profile. You can always check it out. It's all there. The website is traderdaink.com, so you can always refer back to it as well. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon there as well. Cool. Let's get cracking. That's enough for me plugging myself in. Where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah, gold was kind of mad. Who else we got here as well? We got freaking Mr. M. Good evening to you, my bro. We got Brule. How's it going there? Good to have you there. I'm not too bad. Bitcoin Buzz, just chilling, man. Chilling. It's a fucking chilling out day, man. I fucking made 9R in one day. I'm laughing today. Like, no, when I say laughing, no, what I mean by that is like, just because I made one solid good day doesn't mean it's nothing. To me, it's just like any other day. Tomorrow's work, go back to work, London session, go to New York session, see what's going on, make the plan, take the trade, look for the trigger, enter in. If you don't get the trade, sit back and just do what, just twiddle your thumbs a little bit until something sets up for you to take a trade. So at all time, it doesn't really matter if I make double digits R or 1R, half an R, whatever. Profit's profit. If I take loss, manage the risk. Nothing changes, man. Nothing really changes at all. So it's been a good day, but that's just one day of the week, man. I've still got another fucking 6 days to go in it. Well, pretty much, let's say 4 days. Got 4 more days to go. So it's very easy. I can actually lose all that. So that's why you've always bank your profits anyway. So who else we got? We got Thomas. Good to have you here. Khalil. I missed it. Did not bought at 20k. Don't worry about it, brother. Shit happens. All I can say to you, bro, like, listen. if you miss it, you miss it. There's always a plan for the other one as well. So, you know, you're here on this part of the stream. We'll make the plans going forward and just keep an eye on them, okay? So, let's get cracking, brothers and sisters. Right, so we're looking at dollar index. Now, dollar index, right, on the weekly looks kind of fucked though. I ain't gonna lie to you, it looks kind of mad. So, let's just focus on one thing, right? Last week, right? So ignore this candle itself. That's the current week itself. We're not going to talk about that. I'm just going to talk about this candle here. What did it do? It took out last week's high and took out last week's low. That's what it's done. So ideally, that's the range. That's the last week's low. Oh, well, that's the weekly range low and the weekly range high. And what we've done, we've nuked straight down through it. Do we actually find resistance, break down, and then send it down lower? Or do we actually step back into the range, hold into it, bullish market structure, back into the mid-range to range high, and then we'll see what happens. Do we do a breakout, or do we just continue to go sideways? We don't know. But that's the plan, really. That's the starting plan. Now, if I throw in my levels, right, if you guys remember from last week, this was it, right? So we got January's high. Get the pen. Come on. Don't mess about today. January's high, January's low. That's the mid-range. And just this red line over here is actually the yearly open, right? That's the yearly open, and we've come into the yearly open. And what I did say to you guys, right, last week, if I drop it to the 1 hour, let's go fucking 4. This is just a weekly plan. We're not doing day trades and stuff like that. What I did say to you guys, right, quite clearly, if we hold above here, right, and reclaim and push into the weekly high, take out these highs, that's bullish for where? To go to the 107 level. That's what I was looking for. But instead, straight after that, we've done back in, right? This was a key of area of support. That high at his resistance, we get up, support. Then we come underneath for resistance. 3 4 hourly candles. We found resistance beneath it, or 4, and then we sell off 75% of the range to get the liquidity, bounce into 75%, and where we come into the range low. So not range low, mid range, and it's the yearly open. So it's going to be at support. While it's at support, we don't know what's going to happen. So the one thing we have to pay attention to is how is it going to react. Now, if I just draw this line over here, right, above the yearly open is bullish, below the yearly open is bearish. Now, if it's going to be bullish, this is what I'm looking for. You see that one line I've got there? That's a pivot. Now, what that does, this is the high that got above January's mid-range, okay? Resistance, we get back above it, do a deviation, then we find support. Then after that, we fuck up and go all the way to take out the liquidity of January's high, and we come back down, find support, we close below it. Is it now going to find resistance, right? And he pull back for resistance, lose this low over here, bearish market structure, Bob's your motherfucking uncle, take out these lows over there, come into this order block right here. Fill out all this fair value gap there. That's the plan now. That's really it now. So we're at key levels. We're at super important levels. We got CPI tomorrow. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just bring this up quickly. What the fuck am I looking at? Control R. Come on. There we go. Tomorrow. God damn it. What's going on? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Tomorrow. CPI for the yearly and the monthly is coming out tomorrow. And the core CPI is coming out tomorrow. 12:30 UK time. Important data is going to come out. Now, the market's gone up in terms of crypto. All right. Dollar index is pushing down. We're at key support. So if CPI comes in bad, comes in hot, then what does happen? The support will actually hold into place, and it will start flipping up and going for the highs. So we go for 75% of January's range, and the range high for January's high. And if we reclaim above that, off we go to 107. So now we're at like a very tricky place there, right? Still support until we lose it. What do we have on Wednesday? Wednesday we got core PPI coming out for the monthly, and then we got PPIs coming out, retail sales and Empire State Manufacturing Index. Another volatile day. So that's on Wednesday. Thursday, we got monetary ECB. These are all Euro stuff. And I mean, that's... Now, Euro looks kind of bullish to me. I know what I'm saying. I'm going to talk about... I might as well touch in Euro, actually. Fuck it, let's go into Euro. Now, yeah, we'll get to Euro in a second. So we know Thursday we got the monetary policy statement coming out and ECB press conference coming out on Thursday itself. Now, the Euro looks bullish to me. All right, I put a tweet out there on Twitter. If you guys have checked it out, great. If you haven't, well, we'll go for it in a bit as well. Bro, your video is not clear. Is it not clear? What do you mean? Are you guys having any difficulty actually seeing me, or is it voice all good, or I think all clear? The qualities should be okay. or is it fucking up? I'm not too sure. Tell me, let me know if you guys, so you can. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, cool. Chart BTC, bro. All right, listen, Zquan, right? Chill out. Let me talk in it, right? So you don't tell me what to do, and if you got a problem, piss off, man. Anyway, so euro to me is actually looking is looking quite bullish as well. So if euro is actually bullish, what happens to dollar index? Dollar index start pushing down. So if you guys are not aware, 57% of the euro compromises the basket of the dollar index itself. So it's gonna have a massive impact. So if euro is pushing up, I'm expecting dollar index to start pushing down at the same time, which will then be in turn good for the ES. Will also be good in turn for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all your alts and whatnot. And then Friday, we've got preliminary UOM consumer sentiment. So we got a very volatile week throughout every single day. Starting tomorrow, actually. Starting tomorrow, very volatile day. So be very careful. Pay attention to those levels as well and see what goes on. So dollar index, as we talked about it, if we lose the thingy, let me just remove some of this shit. So that's the bearish plan. That's target 1. That's target 1. And target 2, I would say, over here, over the weekly. And then we'll see what happens there, because then it will come into this range band environment on the left-hand side. Let me hide my face. Yeah, we'll just come into this range band environment. All this is just a range band environment, and then we'll see what happens. We may bounce off it and then push back up into the yearly open. What could happen is something like this. Let me delete that. Mark out the yearly open. Where's the yearly open? Right here. That's it. Pop this over here. And then we'll mark out these lows over here. And then we mark out, I'll do that. And then we do this, right? So what could happen is something like this, right? Is breakdown, bearish market structure, up we go. Tags into these areas there, take out the liquidity there. Maybe have a bounce, come back up to the yearly open, find resistance. And then that's another opportunity to go for shorts, to cut your profits on the bullish market structure over here. Once we get back below here, go for secondary targets over here. And then we'll see if we can squeeze into these liquidity over here, well, this area and this area here as extended targets for the rest of the week there. So that's the bullish side of what you call it, dollar index. The bearish side will be this, right? Let me remove these levels there. So we got freaking, where's the monthly open? Monthly open is right over here. So that's the monthly open. So this is the monthly open right here. Bullish side is hold into this. Bullish market structure, off we go. What we're looking for, first target will come into this area, these lows over there. Might get a pullback over here, give it a chop. Bullish market structure, off we go into this low here, into the year into the monthly open. And then from the monthly open, we got to see if we break down and lose this level there, come back to the the yearly. We're looking for the yearly open again, or if we meant to be bullish, then hold above it. Bullish market structure, come into January's high, break above January's high. Bullish market structure, go to 107. That's the plan really now. That's what we got for euro. Now for dollar index. Before I carry on, I just want to touch base on euro USD quickly. Very it's been quite a volatile there. I'm in a long for euro for quite a few days actually. So not too bad actually. It's all going well. Before you even crack on to it, let me go to the weekly and explain this quickly with you. We've got a range band environment. This is the range low, and that's the range high. This is the mid range. We got capped at the mid-range of itself. We find support. All this was a deviation of the range. Push up to the mid-range, held the range low, and we're pushing up. Breaking market structure on the upside. We're going up, in my opinion. I think dollar index is going to have a bit of a trouble there. We'll see what happens anyway. We do have levels, right? So it's not all in there. It's not like, yeah, let's keep going up higher. There are levels there, so we might pull back over here. But I want to see us reclaim this level here. Bullish market structure. Off we go. Target 1, target 2, target 3 into the mid-range. Once we get above there and hold above it, then what happens then? Dollar index should be pushing down, and then euro should be going up to 75% in the range high. That's pretty much what I've got for the idea. Where am I completely wrong? You see this blue box over here? That's a daily order block. We're holding this daily order block there. If we start closing below it and find resistance, bearish market structure, this is all completely wrong. Then take the shorts on the downside. Dollar index should be pushing up, and then things will go quite ugly there, right? Yes. No, fuck it. Gold. Right, so gold. Thank you, John. How you doing, man? It's been a while. It's been a while, brother. What you clear as your fresh shape. Oh my god. I'm going to that Man City game and it gotta look clean anyway. But yeah, so gold itself, I mean, fucking hell, this has been quite perfect actually. I mean, I took a long somewhere around here, around there. My stop loss was, I think it was here. That's where I went for. And to me, that's the yearly open. So let me just zoom out of it quickly. Go into the 4 hours. That's a range band environment. Let's just focus on literally this high over here and this low over here, okay? Range band environment the whole time through. Deviation, deviation, deviation. We're pushing back up to the range high. That's where my final targets are actually. And the thing, I've taken a bunch of profits already. I'm going to files quickly. Yeah, I've taken a bunch of profits already as well. Just cut a lot of the trade itself. It's been a really fantastic trade, to be honest. Gold was. So what I've got here, you see that red line over here? Yeah, that's again the yearly open. Found support, deviation, deviation. That's the lower high. That's the lower high. Breaking market structure over here, pushes up, take out these highs. Where we're looking, fill out all this fair value gap there. I've taken target 1 was over here, target 2 is over here, target 3 is over here now. So I'm pretty good as well, where I am looking for the range high itself. But what I wanted to show you was this now. So go to the 1 hour. So gold, right? So do you remember Tuesday UK time was about 1:30 is when we had the Fed announcement in it. That's when Powell was talking in it. That's at 1:30 UK time. So 1:30 UK time was literally around here. So it was around this candle here. That's the candle there. You see how gold is a measurement of risk on and risk off assets. So if gold is pushing down, it's risk off. If gold is pushing up, it's risk on, which basically means people are actually willing to actually put money placed into stocks and all that kind of stuff, like in all these commodities and whatnot. So, so yeah, that was actually giving us a key signal already. We're having highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. They were already breaking down. Gold was the only one was breaking down prior to everyone else. Everyone else was just kind of range banding in that kind of aspect in anticipation for the Fed announcement. But gold decided to say, you know what? I know what the fuck's going on there. Inside trading, just dump the shit out of it. And the thing is, like, once you lose this low over here, you see this low over there. We lost that low. We come back for a deeper pullback. Where did we retest? We retest off this order block right here. Retested there. Once you lose this low there, it's enough for you to say, yep, confirmation is right over here. Stop loss will be here. Invalidation is over here. Nuke it down to yearly open, and that's it. Bob's your uncle. I didn't even actually play this. So this is how I would actually look to play it. Exactly that. I didn't play it anyway. So I was like, all right, cool. It's dumped down. Final retest. If we lose this low, I'm happy to take the shorts. That's for me. I was looking at that time. I was looking for to take the shorts. So what happened was we found like come into here, and I was like, look, this is the yearly open for me. If we lose this, as long as this is acting as resistance and we're below it, it's going to be bearish. But confirmation is below this level there. Now what happened was I was looking at this quite carefully on Thursday afternoon, pushed up right, and it come back down. I'm like, you know what? It's bouncing off this motherfucker right here. You see this block over here? That's where it's bounced off, right pinpoint on there. But excuse me, we get above the block itself, and we also get above the freaking yearly open. I'm like, yep, enter in, stop losses here. If we get back below here, breaks down there, I look to start cutting the trade off completely, right? Because then we end up coming into here. Once we lose this area there, we're going to come from my stops over here, and I was like, I'm not prepared for that, right? And that would have been a deviation above this block itself. So I was like, yeah, this is where I put it in, and then obviously take out these highs and Bob's your uncle. So gold, and like for you guys, if you're thinking, oh yeah, like CPI, this and that, whatever, what could happen? Just pay attention to gold. Pay attention to gold and see what happens tomorrow. So I don't know what the numbers are, what the numbers going to be. If it's going to come in hot, or it's going to be cool, whatever. We'll just have to see how it is. But for all I know for now, for the time being, I'm quite blessed. If for whatever reason, right? Because we're still range bound, right? We're still in a range bound environment like we discussed. If gold decides to get back up, hold above this, and reclaims, let's have a look, this level here, right? That's enough for me to say, well, hang on a second, and holds that level there. That's enough for me to say, yep, take the longs. Gold goes up. It's a risk on asset time. It's risk on time, and then that's what I'm looking for. But again, with CPI, be a bit cautious there. Let it do its thing. If it comes back down, this bearishness, I look to target this area here, 1877, and then we can get back down below to this level to level, right, and see what happens there. All right, that's gold. Now ES has actually hit target for me on Friday itself. My target on shorts was 1877. I wasn't targeting the yearly open, and that's the yearly open, and all this is September's range. Nothing's really changed. All we've done, we're just range bound in this area. That's what it is. So if you look at it this way, that's September's high, September's low, range bound the fuck out of it. And all we did, deviation, resistance, 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 resistance. And we're coming to the mid, well, to the yearly open. The yearly open is that red line over here. And then we're above the mid-range. Okay, so now if I want to be bullish, right, what I'm looking for, well, if I want to be bearish, sorry, let's just talk about that. If I want to be bearish, I want to see price of ES. Let it do its thing, whatever it wants to do. Once we get back below the yearly open and breaks down from there, takes out all these lows over here, I'd say this low will be enough to say confirmation. Yeah, something like that will be enough to say find some resistance to say what whatever the deviation was put there will be in the stop loss there, and then play it back down to 75%, 25% range, come back down into the 2021's range low, and looking for September's low. That's the ideal play if we're going to go down shorts. That's the short ways. Now, gold is looking bullish. Generally speaking, gold is looking bullish. I'm expecting ES start pushing up, so I don't really want to see the yearly open to be, to be lost. That's the honest truth. I'd rather have it, holding up itself. Now, how would I get on board, right, on a long, right? So what I want to do, oopsie daisy. What I want to do is let price do its thing, right? Let CPI come in. If CPI takes out these highs over here, right, and it comes up like this and holds above that, that's enough for me to say that's a confirmation, right? Yeah, for me to go up into 25% range, looking to take out this liquidity over here, come into, let's have it. Yeah, come into, I'd say, yeah, this area there, and then come into September's high. That's what we're looking for. That's what I'm pretty much looking for. That's bearish and bullish, but that's a quick scenario on ES, what I'm looking for. Now, let's go into Bitcoin now. Bitcoin has been a monster of a trade. Coming to freaking July's high. That's where it's bounced off July's high. Freaking rallied the fuck out of it. But what I wanted to show you is this now, right? On the weekly, let's just pinpoint this now and let's mark out our plans and how we're going to play this. Before I carry on, I want to explain this to you now, right? So all I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this out. So we've got mark out this high here. That's November's high. But what's important about November's high is actually last quarter's high. Okay. So we're talking about quarterly highs against the weekly, the monthlies, and even the hourlies and dailies. So that's going to have more impact than any other chart right now. The only thing that's going to actually outrun the quarterly, if you have something like the bi-yearly, the 6 months, or even you have a yearly chart. So quarterly, if we're above it, is support. Now, what I was looking for, right? If I mark out this area here, that plan's already done. I had a plan on Twitter, and I didn't expect it to hit it in one day, but it is what it is. But let me explain the rationality behind it as well. So this is the level here. For me, I was picking out this low here and this high here. It's a weekly level. Why? Because when I was watching the weekly close itself, we closed above the low here, which means all we did is we took out liquidity on this downside. So then in the morning, I was like, as long as we hold above it, bullish market structure, be the mid-range and then the range high. That's what I was looking for. And that's the trade. That really was the trade itself. And that will be that we're looking for liquidity up here. Now, what happens next? I don't know. Because there's two things that can happen now. One is actually we have, we're range bound here, break down, and then we go back to the mid-range. And if we hold below it, go back down to range low. And it's just a range band, ping pong, off you go itself. That's the one thing. The second thing is, right, from here where we are right now, we could potentially, if you look at it this way, you see this high over here. It's a double top we got right there. Well, the double top's right here. So there's liquidity resting over here. We've taken out like loads of liquidity already. We're taking out last week's high, and now we're looking for the previous week's high if it was to actually jump on board. So all we need to see is us to hold into it, bullish market structure, Bob's your motherfucking uncle, take it back for an expansion into 25.2, and if we hold above it, keep going up higher. That's all it is, nothing else. That's all it is. Check 4 hour supply. We'll drop in that in a bit. I'm just talking about the weekly first, yeah? So, where's my fucking water? But that's the plan. So, really, we've got a pullback plan, all right, of a range band environment or a breakout plan. We don't know which was going to happen. It's coming to the end of the day. It's Monday already. This is freaking Monday's range in its own way. It's a stupid, crazy Monday's range anyway to use. But we'll see. I'll be interested to see how we react on Monday's mid, right? Which we'll talk about that in just a second there. So for me to look for shorts, right? So yeah, we're gonna go for shorts itself, right? See, when we come down from November's high, right? Push down, push back up, took out liquidity, find support, find support, find support. This is long. All it did, took out liquidity here, liquidity here. That's what it did. Let me show you again. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, what it did is took out liquidity over here and then liquidity over here. That's it. How many mans were looking over here? How many mans were looking at 18.8? You know, July's low. So many mans was like, you know, was looking at it. And I don't blame you. I don't really blame you. But what I would say to you guys, I did the video there. It was enough answer for you guys to, you know, to have all the information you needed. This was it. That was a plan. If you guys remember on Twitter, I posted out by the 0.618 level. And I was explaining it like over 6 minutes. This is enough for you to actually say like, oh, this was exactly what you're looking for. On Friday, after the dump, right? On Friday, like a Friday afternoon, I looked at the charts. I'm like, this is bullish still, and I put my money where my mouth is. It's called out like long in alts, and I'm pretty not bad actually. Like currently speaking, we're pushing up. We'll see what happens. So I just bought it in a way. It's a dip. So it's not like what the idea was. If we hold like come into the mid range, so we're looking for a pullback into the mid range into. I was looking for 20.7. I was calling out between 20.7 to 19. Sorry. 19.7 to 19.2. These are the areas I'm looking to buy. If we bounce into it, hold above it, and reclaim the mid-range, what do? Take the fucking longs back into 75% range, and then extending targets to take out these highs. That was it. That was it. There was nothing else to it. It was enough information for you guys to use. Now, whether you used it or not, that's entirely up to you. I mean, it's funny how when we got, you know, like USDC, there was depegging and all that kind of stuff. You know, everyone like got freaked the fuck out of there. I don't know. Anyway, and what can you do? Not everyone's ready, to, you know, to prepare to actually bid or whatever. But look at this, man. It was doing this funky ass. Let me go on 15 minutes. It makes a bit of clarity. And I actually took the longs on Sunday. This Sunday or Saturday or some shit like that. I took the longs on it, but you can see that. Look how it's coiling down. This is the mid range. We're trying to reclaim. Once you take out this high, right, which is not this high over here. Once you take out this high, that's it. You can enter in. This is based on invalidation. This is where you're completely wrong. Right? It depends on where you want to put the stop loss. That's entirely up to you. It's not my business anyway. But find resistance, deviation, resistance, smashed above it, right? Clean close above all these highs. Takes out the liquidity there. It gets back above. Bit of chop and whatnot. And off you go. Retest. Off you go. There was plenty of opportunities for everyone to jump on board. So if you didn't make it, you know, like you didn't make it. If you did, like, there's always another plan. You just gotta wait, be patient. Anyway, so we're coming to the range highs itself. Now, we're at July's high at the same time, so I want to be a little bit cautious there. Hey, what's going on, Richard? Good to have you here. You're never too late, brother. It's all good. So, now, looking at, let's just drop it down on the daily and see what happened, okay? We're gonna run this down step by step. Where's that chart? There we go. Let's just do this like that. On the daily, how's the daily look like? Well, daily you can clearly see. That's January's high right here. So if we can close above January's high, we're good to go. Yeah, if we can close above January's high and you see daisy. Close above January's high and you retest and hold above it, bullish market structure, then I can say, yep, take out the highs there. That's the plan that you're looking for. Now this dotted line is kind of bugging me there. There we go. Right? And that's the cap right here, because we found resistance over here, deviation, resistance. Is it going to be another resistance? So we got another 6 hours to find out. So I'll be much more inclined to see what happens to, you know, for the daily close. One thing I can actually look at is this now. Let's just line this all out. This is like your day trade plans and stuff like that you can actually use. That's Monday's low. That's Monday's high. Monday's mid comes into somewhere around here. Now all I want to see is, actually let's do it on the 4 hours. Fuck it. Yep. Let's see. So that's Monday's low. Okay, let's do it like that. Doesn't really matter. That's Monday's low. That's Monday's high. And this is Monday's mid-range, right? Now, I'm inclined to see what happens on Tuesday. Now, do we actually do a run up, come back down, bearish market structure, take the shorts on this, because we're below the, you know, we can put aggressive as a stop loss there. The invalidation will be above, well, will be this high over here itself. Remove that. This is the, I think, the high itself, the stop loss there. Looking to play down into the mid-range. From the mid-range, we hold above it, bullish market structure, cut the trade, play back up to the range high. But if we decide to say, you know what, fuck you, we're going to go back down to where we begin, I'm looking for a continuation of bearish market structure. Take the shorts on a breakdown. Target 2 will be here. Target 3 will be Monday's low. That's what I'm looking for. And then we'll see what happens. Do we actually come back down and go back down lower, or do we keep going up on the upside or ping pong the shit out of it non-stop? Okay, that's all it is. So that's the plan. So once I look at the 4 hours, what am I looking at the 4 hour supply? Like, what are you trying to tell me? Like this area here? Is that what you're trying to say to me? I mean, like, yeah, it's just an order block there. So it's like I said, I've taken resistance. I've taken profits already. Is that July's high? July's high is at 24.666. If I give you another chart, you can see it from a different perspective. That's July's high, right there. It's just banged up right into it and just start rejecting. Now, what I want to see is how do we react to the January's high and the monthly open? Do we lose January's high and then come back to the monthly open? These are all going to be key important things. So just write this across. I don't need this no more. What I'm looking for is this. Now, above the monthly open is bullish, below the monthly open is bearish. Okay. Now, what I want to see is, do we come back up, run these highs there, play it back down to the January's high? If we continue bearish and lose January's high, what I'm looking for, coming into the monthly open. Now, the monthly open has been the key factor here. We got up, we lost this area there, then we shoot back up. I'll be coming back down for a retest and expansion because we've taken out these highs over here. We're taking out the well, it was supposed to be January's high. If March was to be bullish, we've taken out January's high. What we're doing taking January's high, March's high. What we're doing taking March's high, if we're supposed to be bearish, I don't fucking know. Swing value pattern was quite a fucking mad swing value pattern, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. But we'll have to see. But that's really the key thing coming to the monthly open. That's the bearish plans itself. Now, if we lose the monthly open, then I'm happy to send this back down into this area here, looking for Monday's low, and then that's the mid-range. That's July's mid-range. That's all it is. Simple as that. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Done. That's your entry there. That's your confirmation. Whatever the deviation was, that's it. Then we'll see level to level on the way down. All right. Now, what I'm looking for, right, if it was to be bullish, right, it's this. I'm looking to take out these liquidity up here. One way or another, I have to mark out a plan tomorrow and so on, see what happens. I've did a decent amount of profit itself. I'm just gonna be relaxed, right? I'm not gonna be complacent. I'm not gonna lose the plot. I'm not gonna get excited. It's just one fucking day. It doesn't mean shit. I do this on a fucking daily basis now, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna get excited for one day. You're having a fucking laugh anyway. So all I want to see is price get back up. Let's just do everything what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see the fucking bullish plan. The plan, the creme de la creme, you know? So 28k is going to be a key factor, right? Let's just say this area here. A little bit lower. Around this area here. 28k is the key factor. How do we get to 28k? All we need to see is let price do its thing, come back up, bullish market structure, hold above it. That's why I'm looking for the entry. And then I can say, yep, I'm looking for 28k. Do we actually shoot up and come into this area? That will be the secondary targets. And then we'll see what happens. Do we take out these highs and these highs there? I don't know. But we'll have to mark this out. For the time being, this is all a consolidation right now. What I do like about it, though, is that this was a very strong reaction. You know, what I mean by that is that we had a deviation to the mid-range. Now, we could find resistance at the range high now. That's the thing is, right? Let's talk about that's the bullish plan. Now, let's talk about the bearish plan. We could find resistance at these areas here. I'm not too sure. I'm not too certain. I don't know. I'm going to be a bit more relaxed in terms of leverage and just see what happens there. Because so far what we've done is lows to high, high to lows. And then we had a deviation, then low to high, high to low. Then from low to low to mid, mid to high, high to mid. Then the deviation of the mid-range and then shoot back up to the range high. So if it is supposed to be bullish, right, we need to hold the monthly open. That's your key factor. Let it do its thing. Right, let it do its thing. As long as we hold above the monthly open and reclaim this highs over there, bullish market structure, that's your confirmation for higher prices to go to 28k. Until then, we can't talk about 28k because why? We are in a range band environment. So you got to respect the range band environment no matter what. So if I'm looking for shorts there, how do I look for shorts? Getting below the monthly open will be more ideal, which will increase my comfortability. Now, if I want to enter a short, stop loss will have to be here. That's why I'm wrong. Okay, that's why I'm completely wrong. Now, get back below the January's high. Like I said, you can take the shorts into the monthly open. From the monthly open, get back below the monthly open, continue the shorts into the mid-range. Then from the mid-range, we'll see what happens. Do we lose this level? And if we do, happy days, go down to 75% of the range, and then to range low. That's all it is. That's all you're looking for. It's a fast rip up there. This is an order block there. I do not want to lose this low there. honestly speaking, I do not want to lose Jan's low. That thing, I'd rather reclaim it than lose it if I'm going to be bullish, right? But coming into this, into the mid range, if we find support, hold above it, play back into the monthly open, then we're going to see if we hold above it, and that was a deviation of the monthly open to go up higher. I don't know. That's the plan, really. Until then, there's nothing more to it. All right, don't get too excited. We'll see what happens. Now, with Ethereum itself, right, it's been quite a very interesting move there. We had a deviation over here at the mid range. This is January's low. That's January's mid. That's January's high. Resistance, deviation, resistance, resistance. We're at resistance again. Right? We've been facing resistance so many fucking times. How many times are we going to knock on the door of resistance before we say, you know what? Suck your mom. We're going through. Let's go and break out of it. I don't know. I wish I knew. If I did, I would be able to actually enter in way early than regardless as well. But it is what it is. So now, again, let's talk about the bullish plans. Right? Let me bring up this level. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just bring up this level. This chart here. So that's November's high. November's high, January's high, or whatever you want to call it. They're all the same thing, pretty much the same thing. It's acting like a proper dickhead though. All right? We got July's range itself. And I'm still looking for that July's high. There's liquidity resting here. We've been finding resistance here. And look, this is what's interesting here. If I show you that. Just one single box, right here. You see this little consolidation right over here? Resistance, coming into resistance. So it's a key thing. I can't be bullish until we reclaim and hold above this. If we get back above, hold above it, then I can say, yeah, we'll take out these. Well, we're coming to this area, target 1, target 2 there. That's when I can say, yeah, I can enter in for these levels there. Until then, I can't do so. I have to see what happens because this is all resistance. We are like, this is January's high as well. Sorry, July's high. This is July's high itself. And that's where we're getting fucked. Now, if I bring up my levels, it brings a different context. Got 2021's range low. So that's a key low of a quarterly range. Remember we talked about quarterly highs? And November's high was also the last quarter's high. So that's the same thing. We're finding resistance here. Now, as long as dollar index shits the bed, gold pushes up, right? And ES start pushing up, we should see BTC and Ethereum pushing up too. I don't see why not. We're getting back below the November's high. I'm glad I cut the trade, man. It's not a bad trade. So the ETH trade was what, 2.6 or something like that, or whatever, some shit like that. And like I know the BTC was 6.4, so that's not a bad trade to be honest. That's 9R in one fucking day. That's a laugh. But anyway, if I want to go bullish, what I'm looking for, get above the November's high, hold the November's high, reclaim this level there, bullish market structure, off we go. Then I'm looking to take out this high over here, that's target 1. And then looking for July's high. That's the first instant. That July's high is going to be a key thing because are we going to actually get back? Oopsie daisy. Are we going to actually get back below it, find resistance, and play it back into level to level play? Or is it going to be a breakout? I don't know. But we'll have to figure out when the time comes. But if we are going for a breakout, then what we're looking for is taking out the next set of targets there, as we discussed. Target 1, and then target 2. And then we'll see what happens there. Pull back, bullish market structure. Off we go, shoots up higher. But I think possibly 2K could be on the table, but don't want to make massive plans. Just look at level to level. That's what it is right now. For now, it's level to level until proven otherwise. If I want to go for bearish, what I'm looking for, well, let me bring up another chart. All right, it's this one. See this purple line over here? That's the monthly open. All right, let me drop this on the 4 hours. As you can see, that was a fucking beautiful trade. Let me delete that. Don't need this no more. So we've got above the monthly open. Hold it just like BTC. We're above the monthly open. Some will hold the monthly open. We're good to go. So I don't mind a pull back into here. You got your Monday's range here again. Same thing. You got your Monday's high. You got your Monday's low. That Monday's low? No, that's wrong. Yeah, that's right. That's Monday's low. Let me remove everything off. And then you got your mid range, right? So you got your mid range. See what happens if we hold above it. Get back down. Sorry, get down below here. Bearish market structure to the mid range down to the range low. If we hold above the mid range, bullish market structure, hold it back to range high, ready for the anticipation for the breakout play, and then we can go to July's high, whatever July's high. That's using Monday's range. Okay. And the next thing is I'm looking for is this now. We're above the monthly open. We make the new highs. We're taking out the previous start of the month highs itself. Hold up. I just want it to hold. The monthly above the monthly open. As long as the monthly open hold, we should start blasting up on the upside. Just a pullback. We'll have to see what happens. Mark out the mid-range on Monday's mid-range, see what happens there, okay? Now, if I want to play shorts, how do I play this, right? I got January's range here. All I'm doing is, right, this is slightly different to BTC, okay? My invalidation's here, okay? So let it do its thing, spike up, come into 1700, play it back down to the monthly open. Once we lose the monthly open, that's target. That's what you can say. That's, you can take some profits off there, or from there bring your stops to break even, go that into the 25% range, 25% range. From the 25% range, play into the mid range, mid range. So if we come into this area and hold support, cut the fucking trade, we're gonna go push back up there. Take some profits at least. Once you lose the mid range, delete this stuff. Once you lose the mid range, bearish market structure, off you go. Then we're going for 25% range, and then the yearly open. Now that's the bearish play, and all this is just a range bound environment within Monday's, January's range. For me right now, I'm gonna. I've done my part in terms of trading itself. I've done pretty decent. I've got to say, I can't complain by that. So I'm just gonna sit out and wait for tomorrow. You know, wait for tomorrow, make a new plan. There's no need for me to rush. It's a marathon, not a fucking race. You know, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to go for longs. I mean, I was looking at Total 2 earlier on. I'm going to touch base on Total 2 quickly. Total 2 looks fucking good to me, if you ask me. What's interesting, why I went for longs on Friday itself, and I put my, like I said, I put my money where my mouth is. I ain't going to talk shit to you guys. All I did is, if I just show you the same example, let me delete everything off for just a second. I need to bring this back up because these are my levels. If I take out from the swing low, the swing high, whoopsie, wait, that's swing low, swing high, let's do this. No, that's it. Yeah, I was right. So swing low, swing high, and then if I just mark out the 0.618 level, look where it came into. Let me change the color so it's a bit more pleasant for you guys to see. Bang on right there. This is what we call capitulation right there on the range bound environment. So once I saw that, for me, I was like, that's enough for me to go for fucking bullish. I waited a little bit longer on Friday itself, about 2:30, around 2:30, 2:45. I started deploying. I got into Solana like $17.45, 42 cents or some shit like that. That's why I got into it. Right now, Solana's up like to $20, is it? Look, Solana, yeah, $20.45, 48, 49, some shit like that. Who gives a shit? Still profits, you know. It's 20% on a spot bag, just chilling. You know, with minimal effort, just putting, you know, just fucking taking the shot in it. And all it's looking like, right? If I was just to draw a freaking, let's bring up my levels. I need to bring my levels back up again. There we go. So we're coming back into this range band, this little tight range over here, right? We've done the deviation of the mid range over here, taking out these highs there. I'm quite happy for a pullback, hold above it, bullish market structure, shoot up into here, and then we're looking to go into here. I'm quite happy for that, and that should be a great plan. And if we get above it, hold above it, off we go. Higher fucking prices. We'll have to monitor it as it when the time comes in. I am gonna have to squeeze in an alt session. I've been meaning to do that. I just haven't really had the time to do so. But I'm gonna squeeze in an alt session in there. But yeah, alt's good. I mean, I bought A0 at $1.22, at $1.40, I believe. Last time I checked. So $1.37. Yeah. So it's been alright actually. I mean, like, even that. Even this, you can see it. You can do like that if you want to, or you can do like this, something like this, whichever you want. Yeah, something like that. And you can see that, yeah, that's where it's coming to. Deviate, took out these lows over here. Yeah, man, take out these highs. We'll see what happens. If we take out these highs, bullish market structure, off we go. We'll talk about alt soon anyway. Any questions before I head off? Hopefully that's been a bit helpful for you guys there. But I'm going to be a bit patient in regards to what's going to happen. Am I looking to short or am I looking to long? I've got my plans. I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens. It's been a really, really massive day. And if it does blow out of proportion, don't worry, man. We'll wait for another day. We'll wait for another setup, and that's how it is. Don't rush into anything. There's no need for you to rush into shit. If you do, you're just going to cause yourself more problems than good, to be honest, as well. Right then, I think that's it for me. I'm just going to give you... Smash up the likes, everybody. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, and hopefully I'll see you guys really, really soon. All right, take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.